your first time in South Africa?
First time.
Wow. And what's the experience been like?
So far, very good, but you have to think that I come here promoting and working a lot.
Yes.
And so basically what I do is just what I'm doing right now.
Yes.
In a room like this, which is beautiful.
My
bed is very comfortable. and but you know, so far what I take from the country is a lot of smiles. People is beautiful. They're treating me awesome. Unfortunately, tomorrow we're going to have some, you know, I'm going to be out of the hotel.
Okay.
I'm going to do some beautiful stuff actually with the Cozy Heaven
Yes.
charity, and so we will fly in a helicopter, so I will see the city from the top, and I will have contact with reality.
Yes.
And I want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. What I would like to do, sometimes it happens to me that I go in promotion like this to a country that I have never been. It happens to me in Peru. And then I get so interested about the country for the things that I have seen or what I have been said that I go back. Normally with my
Yes.
daughter. I take my daughter, I put her in the plane, and I went to Peru and we did the Inca path
Yes.
to Machu Picchu. So I may just come over here and probably go to Cape Town. Everybody talked to me about Cape Town.
I flew in this
Cape
morning
Town.
from Cape Town.
Really?
So yes.
So apparently it's very beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
Yeah, I would love
yes.
to go. They said to me, you have to go in the summer. It's better if you go in January. They said
Yes.
January, February.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feb. December it's windy
Right.
and very touristy.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's so much what I have seen. You know?
And have you at least had some local wines?
Yes.
Yes.
And very good Syrah.
Okay. Yes.
Yesterday and the day before at night. I cannot drink during the day because I have to do interviews and I don't want to be too funny.
And you're very interested in wine. You also.
I used to have.
Yeah, oh, you don't.
I used to have 250 hectares in a place called Ribera del Duero, which is one of the best areas for making wine in Spain. And I also bought in Montsant, in Tarragona, frontier with the Priorat, which is another wine brand, region,
Yes.
modern brand, in Tarragona. And I still have 4 hectares there. It produces around 8,000 bottles a year. And you know, basically for gifts, and I send boxes to
Yes.
my friends and stuff like that. And now I'm not commercializing, but if I'm going to put my own stores, because I'm getting into the clothing business too,
Yes.
when I may have them there to give to clients who buy more than a certain price. That's the gift.
So you do, it's wine, fashion, acting, fragrance.
Oh, I have too many hats, yeah.
And where do you find your energy from?
I don't know. I
You're
don't
just
know.
an energetic person. You're never
Yes.
tired. Just keep going.
Yeah, I am locomotrice.
Yes.
You know, legs and arms. I always find time to do a lot of
Okay.
things. I think it's because I am very Andalusian, and the Andalusians, you know, we have this sense of, we know very clearly that the only certainty we have in life is death, and everything else is very
Yes.
relative. And so we try just to squeeze things to the maximum.
Yes.
Andalusian people is very happy people, but it's because of that, because we know that death is right there, a little bit more, just a little bit more than any other people in the world.
Yes. Sure.
You know, our artists, Picasso or Federico García Lorca, the music of Manuel de Falla, Machado's poetry, all of that, the reference always is death.
Yes.
It's very interesting. But then we are very happy people.
And you had a health scare in the beginning of the year. How did that influence you? Did you look at life differently after that, or did you?
Yeah, I mean, as I said to you,
Yes.
you know that you are vulnerable.
Yes.
And it came actually because I was doing a huge mistake for many years. I was a smoker.
Oh, okay.
And that's finished now.
Yes.
And sometimes you think that you're invincible, you can do whatever you want. But, you know, I'm 3 years from being 60, I have to actually assume that. I cannot behave like a
Yes.
young kid with 25. Probably I was doing that. And so, yes, it put everything in perspective. And it gives you a different order of priorities.
Yes.
And what is the important thing and what is not so important, you know. But it didn't stop me.
And what is the important things to you?
Family, friends, and the love that I feel for what I do.
Okay.
without, regardless of the results that it can give me. I think I said something similar to that yesterday at the press conference. The reality is that in my professional work, and what I really love is that space between action and cut.
Sure.
Or if I'm doing theater,
Yes.
the moment the curtain goes up until the curtain goes down, that's what I am searching for. And everything else that is around comes as a consequence of that. Is fine, you know, I got a lot of fun with that too. And probably this is a consequence of that.
Yes.
But not even from me. This actually came from my friends. I was doing theater in Malaga in the 70s. And I met a group of people that are now here in the hotel with me. And I was doing theater with them. They were part of my group of theater. But there was a moment that I became professional, and they didn't. They became lawyers and business people. But they were still my friends.
Sure.
For almost 10 years, I didn't see them. I was living in California. When I went to Spain, it was occasionally. But then I met them again. We got together again, and they said to me, "You should diversify, do some other stuff, businesses." And I said, "I don't like business. Business is kind of very dry, heartless kind of thing to do." And they said to me, "No, you're wrong. You can be very creative doing it. It can be a kind of an art, if you will."
And that's where fragrance started.
And then, they look for this, for me. And at the beginning it was a commercial. They offered me a commercial. You go, you play, and you go home. They pay you, that's it. But this group of people, they said, "Don't do it like that. Let us do it that different way. You get a percentage of that, so you work for that, you're part of that. And if we win, everybody wins. If we lose, goodbye." And so at the beginning it didn't work, but they still were very perseverant and says, no, because we have to slow cook this. It's not like, in business it doesn't happen like that. Like an actor, you go, they pay you to go. You have to nurture this thing. I said, "What are you talking about?" And so they start teaching me. And it's true. Year number 3, our head just came out of the water, and I started believing in what they were saying, and then I became part of this.
Yes.
Then I started getting really involved, and now it's part of my life. It's been almost 21 years.
Yes.
We celebrate this year our 20th anniversary, but we are going to celebrate it next year, and we probably will have some special editions and stuff like that. I feel like I am part of this family, the Puig family. We celebrated the 100th anniversary of the family 3 years ago in Barcelona, and they treat me like part of the family. So I am in the history of this company that actually holds people like Carolina Herrera or Paco Rabanne, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Nina Ricci, Benetton. I'm now in 7% of the company.
Sure.
So it has been beautiful, these 20 years of work, to get to this position and travel all around the world doing what I am doing now with you, presenting our products with pride and being behind them, and not just being an image and a name, but a lot of work.
So you're very involved with the whole process. Do you direct to say, "I want a fragrance to smell like this"?
No.
Or, no.
No, I don't do that. I'm not good at that. I am
Okay.
not. That's for the experts.
Yes.
But it's true that we have very good perfumists, people who actually believe very much in what they're doing. They take very seriously their work, and so when I go in front of them, I know that they are analyzing me. They are just taking a lot of data. What I do is just to talk to them,
Yes.
and they just take notes, and they see my changes, and they see what notes they can add as the years go by to put me in a bottle.
Okay.
It's very interesting.
And do you smell it afterwards and say yes or no?
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't come at first. Sometimes it happens to me in music, that you hear a song and said, I don't know if I like that, but after you hear the song 5 times, you cannot stop listening to it. The same thing happens with perfumes. Sometimes they come and it's like, really? And suddenly you cannot stop using it.
Yes.
It's very weird. It's very weird, the whole thing, because you don't smell with your nose. You smell with your brain, and it just goes to some part of your brain that it has to do with your memories.
Yes.
It's very interesting. You know, at the beginning of the process, they gave me, as a gift, they gave me a briefcase in Puig. You were not even there, I think.
No.
And they gave it to me to take it home. And they got little bottles all around, no names on it. And they said to me, you're going to have an incredible experience with this. Just open them and smell them. And then when you want to know, just turn the bottle around and you will see what it is. So I did that. I took the bottle and I said, oh my God, I know what this is. But it's not a flower, it's not sandals, it's not coffee, it's not, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? And then I turn it around and it says Sunday morning. I said, how can you put Sunday morning in a little bottle? And then they synthesize, for example, sheets that have been just recently washed in a 19th century wooden closet. And they managed to actually play with that game with your brain. So if they want to just create a memory in you, create some reminiscence of something, they use of this. So I start having a lot of respect for these people. And I thought, this is unbelievable. This is kind of an art. It's science and art all together. You know how they can just produce that effect on you. You can produce an effect with a movie, you can produce an effect with music, but this is even more abstract than that, you know? So it's a very interesting universe.
And what, are there any specific notes that you really like?
As time goes by, you know, I am probably getting older, probably not for sure, and so more complex. I love leather in the latest perfumes.
Yes.
Tobacco also mix in there, give a feeling that is stronger. It's not so much as the first perfumes that we used to have. They were fresher. It was very fruity. There was a lot of lemon at the time, and watermelons, and you know, like now we are using even scent sandals and stuff that normally are used for women perfumes.
Yes.
In my perfumes, man. So we just established there kind of a differential factor, which is important, you know, that the people can recognize something that they don't see in other perfumes of men. Yeah, but yeah, leather is something that I really like and I related to.
And is that something, you also do fashion design, is that also something you use a lot in your fashion?
Yeah.
Yes.
I am going to Central St. Martin in London.
Yes, I read about that.
And because I thought if you want to do something and you want to say that you are designing, the best thing you can do is study. And
that's where all the big names studied as well, eh?
Take, you know, knowledge and credibility. These pens are mine, and this is mine too.
Wow.
This is Louis Vuitton. But the watch is mine too.
Sure.
And so, yeah.
And how's the experience been of studying again and learning new things?
Great. You feel young again.
Yes. Did you have to go to, was it one-on-one classes, or did you have to go? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going with the rest of the alumni. But the thing is that we then included in the classes alumni that finished a couple of years ago. And they go to the school because they want to continue the practice. And so we study with them. And some of them, they're working for big brands. They're working for Armani or Victoria Beckham, or, you know. So they're working already. And so you get in contact with the industry too. So you move around, you know now who's manufacturing in London, where are the best fabrics. So if I move in London now, I know little stores that nobody will detect, but I know that they have this product.
Yes.
So if I have my little atelier in the house, which I do, you know, I know where to buy something to do a jacket. I have a jacket out there, that's mine. I did that one, and I designed it and I did it with my own hands. Everything in there, even the print is mine. And so it's there, you know, what is the fabric? Is hemp. It's made of hemp.
Oh, wow.
And so it's a very interesting denim because it falls in a different way. And I love it. I just bought the fabric in a store in London, and I just went there to the school and I did it. I put a lot of pockets because I travel with a lot of things and I don't like to carry glasses everywhere and my wallet. And I used to have a pocket for my cigarettes, but now it's empty because that's finished after my heart attack.
Yeah, I can imagine. And what other what fashion items do you think are necessities for women and men? What's your favorite items?
For men, for me are very important, even for acting, my shoes.
Okay.
Very important how I step. You know, if you give me a shoe for a character that is a little bit wobbling, it makes me very nervous. I cannot act, especially on the stage, on the theater. In the theater,
Yes.
I need to feel
Grounded.
the stage. So I am very attached to the ground. If there is something wobbly like that, I can't.
Then you feel wobbly.
So I use a lot of boots and stuff like that because they come up here and grab
Yes.
me. For a women, I don't know. I'm not doing fashion women yet. I have to think about that.
Only men.
I'm going to call my friend Eva Cavalli. I'm going to start thinking about that.
Yeah.
What is that garment that
Yes.
is essential? I don't know. Maybe it's actually something interior
Yes.
that it doesn't show.
And just a few last questions. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Meat or fish?
Meat.
Starter or dessert?
No, started.
Starter.
Yeah.
Cooked meals or restaurant meals?
Cook me.
Cooked meal. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. Even being Puss in Boots.
Oh yes. My kids, I hear that very often, the voice.
I like cats, but they make me a little bit nervous.
Okay.
Because they are too independent. Yeah, I mean, they're beautiful,
Yeah.
but they're too independent. They just come over here, and they don't come.